mean, I just had to get the Mario one. There weren't that many people online today at the Nintendo store. I'm wondering how available this thing will be in the coming months. I mean, it's a beautiful red, but the most appealing thing to me is that this is the first ever limited edition Nintendo Switch that's fully colored. Something we've been waiting for since the Switch first came out. Other custom consoles have nice designs and spot gloss finishes. The beauty in this comes from minimalism, but that's not to say it doesn't have its own special little details. This video is sponsored by Honey. It was about 4 degrees out today. I waited online for like an hour. Guy in front of me turns around and goes, "Cold out, huh?" I had to take a headphone out just to be like, "Yep." But I could have avoided all of that by just buying this stuff online. And whenever I buy stuff online, I always use Honey. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I'm not playing this up for the ad. I've genuinely always used Honey because it's free and it saves you money. Use Honey to find coupon codes automatically. Just check out as normal and the Honey button will drop down. All you have to do is click Apply Coupons. That's it. Once you find one, you'll see the price drop. Of course I'd like to save $8 on Mega Man 6. And it installs in just 2 clicks, so you really have no excuse. And it's supported on over 30,000 sites. Again, it's completely free and it saves you money. So don't be stupid. Go to joinhoney.com/wolfden, spelled like that, and find out what you've been missing out on. I'm gonna go turn my PS5 on to warm up. This is officially called Nintendo Switch Mario Red and Blue Edition, which is a terrible name because nothing on the console itself is actually blue. The only thing that's blue is the Joy-Con grip and the wrist strap thingies. This version comes with the Switch itself and Joy-Con, obviously, a carrying case, which is a nice little freebie, the wrist straps and the Joy-Con grip, also an HDMI cable and charger. It does not come with the game that was released the same day, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, which is super annoying that Nintendo doesn't release the game with these limited edition consoles. This is a very nice red. It wouldn't have been my first choice if there were other color options, but I'm just really happy that they're finally doing a fully colored body. This is the first time that the color makes it all the way up to the bezeled edge. It's not just some half-assed design, it's a fully painted Switch, except for the kickstand. You can have your fully painted Switch, but not all the way. That's where they drew the line. Realistically, it's probably like that because the kickstand is meant to pop off and it breaks frequently and people lose it frequently. So Nintendo's RMA department didn't want to house a bunch of red kickstands specifically just for people who have this console. Look, it's a reason. I didn't say it was a good reason. Despite that, it's still a great look. Seeing the color bleed out from the Joy-Con and around the screen for the first time is awesome. Yeah, you can get a colorway or Switch or something, but this is an official Nintendo product. And that's got to count for something. Every time a new Joy-Con color comes out, it looks different in person than it does online. It's really hard to capture these colors on camera. This one looks better in person. I wouldn't say it looks any darker or any more neon like the other ones might. It just looks better. Previously, we had the Neon Joy-Con, which look more neon in person, and the Odyssey Joy-Con, which look darker in person. The new ones are a happy medium between the two. I actually like this color the best. I posted a picture of them all lined up on Twitter, and most people said that they actually liked the Odyssey ones the best. I would love to like the Odyssey ones the best because those are the first colored Joy-Cons that I actually purchased for the Switch, and I really like Mario Odyssey. But I think that this looks the best. The Odyssey ones are just a little too dark. This one is like if they mixed the paint of the other two together to create this. In case you were wondering, the hex code for this Joy-Con is right there. I'll put it on screen. And this is what it is for the Neon one. The Neon one looks a lot more neon in person than it does on the Switch itself. And here it is for the Odyssey one, which looks a little more like cherry in person.
This code is used in games and on the Switch itself, so when you slot the Joy-Cons in, the color of the Switch comes up. And if you really wanted to, you can use this little tool to change the color of it. For example, this one was a gray Joy-Con, and then I put a shell over it, and now it's a gold one. So this Joy-Con toolkit is actually pretty cool. Google it.
I don't know if it's just because this is a brand new console or if Nintendo changed something about their paint or something, but the Joy-Con feel like ever so slightly rough or like pastel-y, if that makes sense. They felt that way on the Animal Crossing Joy-Con too. But anything before the Animal Crossing Joy-Con feels smooth. I'm also a very big fan when they changed the color of the dock. That was my favorite part of the Animal Crossing Switch. The docks have this weird rough texture, and this one's no different. It also has the same spot gloss logo that a regular Switch dock would have. I think this was a bit of a missed opportunity to put a white logo there, like the white on Mario's hat, or like the Switch logo on the back of this very console. This logo is usually slightly grayish, but it's hard to notice since it's on a backplate. It's much whiter here.
I'm over here on my streaming setup because I decided to do a fun little thing. I put out a tweet where I asked if anybody had any questions about the Mario Switch, and I figured it'd be fun to answer them now because it's definitely, whenever I make a video like this, there's always things you ask me that I wish I could have included in the video. Does it come with a keyboard? Does it have Battletoads? You guys are just trolls. Why is it called Red and Blue Edition if the only blue thing on the console itself is the grip that no one will use? I agree. Should I buy if I have 4 already? No, don't be like me. Was it worth it? Is any of this worth it? Does it say spaghetti and ravioli while in sleep mode? I'm not gonna. I don't like that question. Will this stay protected from pet? I'll never forgive you. How do you pronounce this model of the Switch? Red. Is it worth another $300 if you already have a version 2 Switch and a Lite? Absolutely not. No. It's unless you absolutely love the color red. Oh my god, I just threw it on the desk. I wonder how the red and blue on it compare to the deeper blue in the yellow-blue pair. Okay. I don't have that deep blue. It looks like, though, if you want a red to pair with that, you should go with the Odyssey red, because that's darker. Does it say Wahoo whenever you put a cartridge in? No, but whenever you take a cartridge out, it says, "Thank you so much for playing my game." How would you rank this among the other special edition Switch systems? Do you think we'll get a Zelda Switch this year? If we get a Zelda Switch, it's a possibility. If we get one of those, it should be entirely gold. And if it's not, then it's not going to be better than this. This is only great because the entire thing is colored. If they could do a Zelda one like they've done the 3DSs in the past for Zelda, that would be sick. With a little like white Zelda design on the back, that would be great. But they didn't even design this anyway. All right, so I hope I was able to get ahead of some of your comments before the video goes out. But if I left anything out, go to the comments. I'll try to answer it for you.
So this is currently my favorite special edition Switch, mostly because it's Mario, but also because it's actually a different color. So this is going to be my new daily driver Nintendo Switch. And I'm once again reminded how much of a pain in the ass it is to transfer all of your stuff over to a new Nintendo Switch. You have to sign into the new Switch, then delete your main user account, then transfer your user account and saves over to the new Switch. But Animal Crossing is different now. There's a whole separate app to do that. But this doesn't transfer your digital games, which is my entire library. You have to either transfer them all to a new micro SD card, or if you want to use the same micro SD card like I do, you have to re-download every single game again. The Switch doesn't like if a micro SD card was used by another console. Luckily, Nintendo games are very tiny, so the downloads don't really take any time at all.
How do I go about using the SD card I have in my old Switch to my new red one? It's 400 gigabytes, same, so I have room and don't need to upgrade yet. Is the process weird? Most YouTube videos are for upgrading cards and not keeping the old ones. All right, so this is important, and I talked about it a little bit, but the easiest thing to do is to take the card out, put it in the new Switch, transfer your account over, which is on the Switch itself. It's not on the SD card. When you put the new SD card in the new Switch, it will delete everything, which is the dumbest thing, but it's very easy to re-download everything. So it is a pain in the ass. I didn't try this myself, but if you plug that micro SD card into a computer first, drag all of the stuff out and put it on your computer, all 400 gigabytes. Take the micro SD card out, put it in your new Switch, format it, then put it back in your computer and drag that stuff back onto that micro SD card. That might work. But, you know, it's much easier to just re-download everything.
The case kind of reminds me of that Hori case that I like a lot. It's very minimal. I mean, obviously, it's very pretty. It's got all the little nice Mario iconography on it. I could do without the middle flap, but it also serves as a kind of screen protector, I guess. And the yellow zippers are a very nice touch, like Mario's little buttons. But I love these low-profile kind of cases. I'm probably going to use this. I use Nintendo Switch cases for all different types of stuff. I have one that has all of my little dongles for my MacBook. I have one that has like a bunch of little camera equipment in it. And I guess the blue of the Joy-Con grip is pretty cool. This is a good blue. It would have been nice if this was incorporated into the console in some way, but this is all going to go into a drawer somewhere, never to be seen again. Oh, and while I was at the Nintendo store, I also got myself the Amiibo. We got Cat Mario and Cat Peach. There's not much to say about these. I almost didn't get them because I didn't want to leave the line, but they had them behind the counter. So I just had to. I know they're not furry. I mean, they're, depending on who you ask, but they're rock solid. That's a plastic mold. It's not actual fur, in case you were wondering. This is now my 4th Nintendo Switch. Not because I needed it, not because I think it's that cool. I never would have purchased this if I didn't have a friggin' YouTube channel where I get to talk about it. But I do like getting this stuff and checking it out for you people and being able to look at it in person, seeing if it's worth it for other people who maybe don't have a Nintendo Switch. It's not unlike Nintendo to release a really fancy version of one of their consoles towards the end of its life cycle. So I still think we're getting a new Switch iteration in some form, maybe later this year. It was probably supposed to come out in March. So if you need a Nintendo Switch now, this is a great one to get. But I'd imagine there's going to be a new iteration in our future. Anyway, what do you guys think about this new Mario Edition Nintendo Switch? I think it might not be that hard to get soon. Even the Animal Crossing one is it still available? I saw it pretty recently. Ooh, not for $500. No, sir. I did see it for the retail price around Christmas time, so we might see this pop up a lot more soon. But don't wait around if you want it. Obviously, get it as fast as you can. Anyway, what do you think about the new Mario Nintendo Switch? I hope we get more like it, more different colors. Leave it in the comments below. Add me on Twitter, and all this other social media garbage. Thank you, Honey, for sponsoring this video, even though this is very, very quick, and for allowing me to be able to purchase dumb stuff like this. We got new videos all the time. Make sure you subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, you might not have gotten a video like this, because this is on a weird day. It's wacky. It comes at you. This is the at least once a week part where I talk about it. This was the second one. And if you want to watch me play Bowser's Fury, I got it over on Twitch, and we also have it over on the Clips channel now too. But of course, the most important thing that you can do is subscribe again, please, thank you, and share this video with a friend who is maybe Switchless and wants to get themselves something like this. Thank you very much. Have a good week. You know what? I'm gonna play with it now.